Hey guys, and welcome back to another video. So today I'm going to be answering the question: is Ro Ghoul better than Gory, or is Gory better than Ro Ghoul? So I will try to make this as unbiased as possible, but I have to say, a lot of it might be from my experience, from my opinion of playing both games. So don't get triggered, don't get mad if you maybe disagree. Just you can disagree in the comments, just as long as it's not crying about my whole opinion as a whole. So respectively, I'm just gonna check out Ro Ghoul first because it is the older game, and it's been a game that's been out for 7 years, so we'll check it out first. Okay, so when you enter the game, it has the classic CCG or Ghoul selection. So I'm just gonna go on my Ghoul for this one. Okay, so I'm gonna separate both games into three aspects so that this video doesn't turn into a yap fest. I'm gonna separate it in the overall game and quality, the updates, and the community. I think these 3 points should be enough to judge each game. So first of all, we're going to talk about the UI, I guess, which is part of the game quality and whatever. So the UI is pretty clean. It shows you your level, your XP, RC, yen, and whatever. It shows you your focus points when you level up, your tasks when you do tasks for reputation, info. It's a lot to read. You guys can read if you want to. Just gives you a sum up if you haven't watched the anime of what your side does, I guess, and stages of your certain Kagane, Kakujo, whatever you may have. So, for example, if I press 1, I'm rocking the Noro Kagane. This game also has, you can buy like different Kaganes here. Same with CCG with the Quinks, it's both about a buying system. You can grind by doing bosses and PCs. I definitely recommend doing the Gyaku boss and every boss basically. You can change your colors of your, as you can see I've got black and Sajid green. You can change it or buy the game pass to basically select any colors you want, and there's also a storage unit so that if you have, like, say you want to basically switch between Kaganes, you now can have up to 3 Kaganes, so the one you have equipped and 2 in your slots. The one thing that to keep in mind about this game is that when you do buy other Kaganes, it will reset RC. So it's like, say I change Eto and I buy a Hinami, for example, right? I'm now gonna lose 15 million RC, and I guess, I really don't like losing RC in this game because it takes a bit to grind. But if you're max level, you can do Eto, and you'll gain like, and if you have the game pass as well, you can gain like 200,000 RC per Eto, 200,000 or even more per Gyaku. Depends how much damage you've done. Yeah, that's basically a bit of overall in the game. Um, Another thing about this game is that the gaining your Kakuja, like the dash mechanics I would say in this game is really nice. Just makes you really fast. Especially when they recently made it so that you can basically dash without, having to just spam it. You just do it and then press shift and it's automatic. This game also has a really clean map. I'm gonna try to go full graphics to trick as much as I can. Also, if you've seen my videos before, you know that I have pretty bad FPS in most games, so I somewhat lag. But in this game, honestly, even with max graphics, I really don't lag because the assets aren't too big, and it's pretty clean overall. So this game has, as you can see, bosses. It has NPCs, or yeah, um, a lot of things to grind. If you're a ghoul, you go here. This is called a trainer, which, because leveling up in this game is a bit hard. So if you go to these trainers, you can basically earn levels faster. When I used to grind Ro Ghoul, they didn't really have that, but that's because I've played it since release, which is, mind you, 7 years ago, a very long time. But yeah, you can grind bosses. This one's not gonna be too hard. For example, you could like M1 him to death. There's like Eto, which is the hardest boss in this game yet, but she gives the most RC, so that's why. You also have the Gyaku boss over there that I was talking about. You have the CCG building, the CCG Quink shop over there. You've got a bunch of stuff in this game you can do. And this game has a lot of things a Tokyo Ghoul game could basically expect to have. You have your Kakuja as well. Um, Pretty clean model. If you press C, the Noro changes into a freaky mode, or I guess. And this game also added commands for fun. Like, there's also codes in this game, obviously, just like the other games. PS, there's also private server commands, very nice. You also do things like, some cartridges have a loaf animations, which I think is really cool, really fun. to have Eto Hazard, Kagekong, the Godzilla one. I guess game quality wise and everything, this is, sure you also have this kind of move. I forgot what it's called, but you can get different ones in this building. I'm also going to showcase the CCG side just because I think game quality overall I have to just show both sides. So for CCG, it's everything is just blue, different color scheme, but it's exactly the same, you have objectives as well for I think extra XP maybe. Oh yeah, if you do these, you also get level rewards, so grinding in this game is actually way easier than it used to be. You also have the quicks I'm going to show you, so there's 3 modes of this. I'm just going to show this one. It's like an instant one, the other ones are like less, they have different animations, it's not as good. This game has like 2 types of avatars, I think, of like the max avatars, it's this and the samurai type, but I'm using the Joker the one, so I probably won't showcase the other one since I'd have to buy it and stuff. Yeah, so if you go for like, colors, quings, you can, it's different types of ones, and storage, same as the other game. And if you go to this guy, he's the one that deals avatars. So Proto Avatar A, this is the second one. As you can see, they get more expensive as they get better. But as a noob, you'll start with the basic avatar. That's the one I'm using. Proto Avatar B. I actually have never used this, to be honest with you, but I would recommend using Jokyo Shogun. These are confirmed to be the best anyways. For CCG, it's standard. For example, I'm using the Kajiri. I'm using this mostly to grind. For PvP, it's, I guess, you could also use it for PvP, but it's not that good since, you can't really move with the smooth example. So I just use this for PvE mostly, but yeah, I guess it's very dependent. Like, as a goal, you can eat your opponents as well. I didn't show that, but as a CCG, you do that to them, and then a helicopter comes and just takes them away, pretty much. At least, I think no, it only does it to players. I think when you kill a ghoul player, it just does like a little helicopter animation. Like in this game, you know how you can dash like this. It's brought many glitches, like flinging yourself, for example. I'm just gonna try to do it. Yeah, go a bit high. Usually you can go way higher and just go up there, but I forgot to do it. Speed some time. But yeah, this map is also the second version of Ro Ghoul's map making. First I had like this one map when the game released. It was honestly, I really liked it compared to this because you could parkour anywhere. But I will say, obviously this game, this map is better obviously because it's got the actual arena where Jason Kaneki fought. You've got a bigger map overall. Bigger is cooler, I guess, for the most part. You've got a running track. You've got a huge tower, which talking about cool bugs, I think they moved the tower. There used to be a tower here where you could kind of like dash into top of this building and stuff. Move on to the updates. So this game, in terms of updates, they don't update like weekly, right? Like Gory tend to do. Um, but I have to say, when the updates do release, it's not really disappointing. You get a code for Arsene Yen, and you have a new Kagane slash Quink slash just something good. But I think it's like the schedule of it. I'm just gonna check out Discord to give you guys an idea. So I was talking about maps earlier, and I have to say, bro, I saw the sneak earlier, and bro, I was pretty gassed, bro, because the new map that we are currently using, obviously this map, is cool. But bro, let me just show y'all a bit of a sneak that Sushi showed, so if y'all haven't seen it, bro, just look at that. This looks fun as hell. This actually looks fun as hell, bro. Dude, if he releases this, bro, I'm gonna make a whole video glazing it, bro. That just looks amazing. Let me react to it. But yeah, yeah, so this was the update of Noro, I guess. But yeah, he also did the update for 1 billion visits. We can use every old code, which is just a go-to developer move, I have to say, bro. Cause that just got me 15 million RC, bro. Easy Noro. But yeah, if you go to updates, just look at the dates, I guess. This was not long ago, obviously, because this was the recent update. But as you can see with the updates, it's not a weekly thing because if I'm not wrong, he's probably the sole developer that works on it. Maybe he has help, I'm not sure, but I'm pretty sure it's really only him that works on Ro Ghoul. So the fact that he still pushes out updates, bug fixes, listens to the community, which I will say one thing, bro. This kind of goes with the community type of the video I was going to talk about, but listening to the community to make good updates, it's honestly such a goated move to do because not every game does that, okay? I don't want to point fingers, but not every game does that. Deep-broken. But I'm just saying, like, for a guy working on the game on his own, his update schedule is pretty good. I honestly have no complaints. Every update I've been personally satisfied with, so I really have no complaint with that. And so let's just move on to community. So community-wise, I'm gonna say one thing, right? This is gonna be very biased, but at the same time, it is me like just reviewing the community on my POV. You guys can let me know your opinions, but this game on its prime had somewhat of a toxic community, I won't lie. And I'm not saying everyone is toxic, but there was 20k people in the game nearly every day. And this game is all about ganking when you're at max level, so it's and killing low levels is just a thing as well. I mean, when I was at low level, bro, I was just getting killed left and right. But overall, if we're speaking about the currency of the game, everyone is actually very nice, like very friendly. And I'll give you an example. Yesterday I was fighting someone, but then I stopped fighting them because I really needed RC, right? Because I'm trying to get Ixa V2 at the moment. And I told them, can you wait until I'm done the boss? And they just full on stopped fighting. And surprisingly, they just, I mean, it's not too surprising because this game is pretty peaceful, but they just let me kill it, and then we just PvP'd after, It's a game that you have people that actually think, alright, compared to Gory. Overall, this game, definitely one of my favorite Roblox games of all time. So if I've glazed it in a video, I can't really help it, Um, I mean, you can't really expect me to not glaze a game that I've been playing since release. That's never let me down, honestly. So, shout out to Sushi for that. He's just goated. But yeah, now we're gonna join Gory, a game that I know most of you are waiting for because if I'll be honest with you, man, I can't wait to talk about the community side of Gory. You guys are gonna have a blast with this one. Also, I don't want to look like a bum, but peep the play count. Ro Ghoul 2.4k, Gory 2.2k. I think this calls for a video that I need to make called "Is Gory dying because is it not?" Bro, I was just reading as the game was loading, I was reading some of my comments on YouTube. But you guys are actually cruel, bro. What am I reading? This is not tough. This was not good, bro. So you accidentally call her pretty unbalanced, not really good looking, and terrible progression. To give you guys context, this is the latest Ro Ghoul short I made of me just showing a little clip of the game and putting a caption. And yeah, people just flame me for it, but it's whatever, bro. That's also part of the Gory community. I'm just saying. Anyways, we're gonna check out Ghoul first. I didn't bother getting max in this game yet because I just couldn't be asked. All right, my bad. All. I lost interest in the game. I only play it for the updates. That's the truth. It's not my fault. The game's boring. Sure, I'm not saying Gory is totally a bad game, but let me just get into it in the same order as I did for Ro Ghoul. Because again, this video might just be a yap fest anyways, but I'll keep it as still as short as possible, I guess. Okay, so this game's got a little cutscene. It's very cool, but it's just a cutscene. Alright, so yeah, I was here because I was trying to get Kakuja at one point and I gave up. Okay. This is the NPC that helps you with Kakuja, I'm guessing. Yeah. This game, the map is very cool. Gives you the Tokyo Ghoul vibe. I like it. Although this game requires a lot more FPS, so let's reduce it to 3 for the sake of the video rendering quality. Also new codes. I'm gonna do one really quick. Keep in mind this game, one thing I will say just right off the bat, okay, wait, let me turn off the low quality so you guys can see the full game. The code that I just put was supposed to give me 250 gold points. Look, let me even prove it. And I just got 200 from that. Like, let me just show you. As you can see here, it clearly says 250. I don't know if this is either because of a lack of care this game has, or a simple mistake. But this is not the first time this has happened. I will say that, okay? Keep that in mind. Okay, so we're gonna start talking about, I guess, the game quality. The game quality, the graphics. Obviously, this is way more developed than Ro Ghoul in terms of animations. Okay, for example, walk animation. But that's because the games are on very different ages, And keep in mind though, better animations does not mean better game. Now hear me out, okay? So first of all, to get your Kagane, this is Takizawa. It's very clean compared to the Ro Ghoul as well. Ro Ghoul is very clean as well. Don't get me wrong. I didn't show the Takizawa for Ro Ghoul, my bad, but you also know so that's enough. You can also get V2s on some Kagane, so for example, if I do Control 2, I think it is, that's the V2 of Takizawa, you need some RC and shit for it. I will say, in terms of requirements, bro, it is much easier to get your other stages in Ro Ghoul than it is in this game, where everything just feels randomized. No hate, but that's just how the game feels, bro. Hella randomized. That's the cool thing I was talking about. It's a bit like the Ro Ghoul Takizawa C move. But yeah, in terms of how things are made, this game has a block and parry system. It is much more updated, as I said. Ro Ghoul just is on a block kind of game because in Ro Ghoul you don't actually M1 in fights, right? It's a move kind of game. But it's got combos. Don't get me wrong. Ro Ghoul has really clean combos. But the game quality, the map, the character design. I've got CC token in this game, so uh, nice bug. So I've got They also gave me white hair. The annoying thing in this game is in Ro Ghoul to get white hair, you need to get all the game passes, which is around 750 Robux. It's not that much. But in this game, to get white hair, you need to be set by a mod. I think you can also get it, but it's incredibly rare. It's actually ridiculous. Ghoul and CCG, there's actually a very different system. So in this game, you can get surnames. I've got Kaneki. I was set by a mod because as a content creator, you do videos, you get views, you exchange that for certain stuff in the game, and that's how it works. If you go to Go Points, where you use all your codes, obviously, all the points from the codes and stuff. Quinks Kagane type reroll. There's also a Quinks race. I forgot about that. Am I gonna check it out? Am I gonna research and see what it's about? No. Am I gonna gamble my Kagane away because why not? Yes. So yeah, in this game it's randomized, man. You don't save money for shit. You just gamble, bro. You quite literally just gamble. So now let me show you. Now I've got Tsukiyama. You know, this game has made cool stuff with cool animations, I will say. But there's also incidents where Hinami was doing one shots, and guess what? When this update released, Tatara was also being a one shot Kagane. It was crazy. Like one move did all your health. So buggery, but it's fine. When we don't judge, bro, this game's still pretty cool. This game also has a skill tree. If you press M, you have skill tree, ammo and dexterity, pretty much. Dexterity gives you these moves. It's cool. There's also quests which honestly have no use because it doesn't even work, I don't think. And you have equipment, which is how you base all of your HP and shit. But yeah, I'm gonna gamble until I get like maybe Tatara. The way they made Tatara in this game specifically, I don't like because I would want Tatara to have like, say, that's how Nishio looks like. Pretty cool. I wish the Kagane had a black animation like Ro Ghoul, but this game doesn't do that, I guess. Not for all of them anyways. But yeah, Tatara is like, bro, the Kagane form is basically the Kakuja, but a smaller version. Oh, I just got Leto. Isn't that awesome? Watch this. Wait, boom, and then boom. This is Eto V2. When it was released, it was incredibly broken. And when I say broken, I mean broken. The moves were way too good. But I think it's been somewhat nerfed, which is cool. But yeah, this is how this Kagane looks like. It's got a rage bar meter. This is very fun to use, honestly. I had a lot of fun using this myself. But we're gonna spin. I kind of want to try to just show more Kaganes. But yeah, this game for Ghoul is basically a gacha gamble. I'm not gonna lie. You got beaked, and this game shows you each of the things you can get. So if you look at Kagane, Tatara, Takizawa, Mayu, Eto, Ken, Noro, Yomo, and so on and so forth, and you have some stuff for CCGs like case skin reroll. You have skill point reset. Basically, this game has a lot you can get of gold points. It's not just pay to win, which is cool. Neither is Ro Ghoul, by the way. So neither games are really pay to win. But this game you can wipe in permadeath events, which is I've wiped a couple of times, right? So I've spent 1,000 Robux just getting my slot back. So I will say, you know, I don't like permadeath. At least in this game. Don't get me wrong, I like playing Deepwoken, but I don't think the aspect of permadeath fits this game entirely. That's just all I have to say in terms of like game quality with permadeath. Um, yeah, so this is the whole UI. Um, I think I'll show a bit of CCG now for the game quality's sake. Okay, so I didn't talk about this, but this game also has cool features where you can also get like face rerolls, eye color reroll, hair reroll, whatever. Not hair reroll, but hair color reroll. But there's one thing I dislike about this game is how hard it is to get your Kakuja and how much time it takes to get your Arata as well. I'm not saying this is hard as in impossible. It's not confirmed how to get it, but it's kind of it's kind of annoying to have to do all that. Another thing I will give to this game, I really like how they made the weapons. They're very clean in PvP. Some of them are broken. I will say that. But another thing about this is that apart from how hard it is to craft, by the way, with you see all these materials, that's what you use to craft these kind of weapons. I don't have much, obviously, but that's what you use to make these weapons, basically. And as a CCG, the way you get your quinks is entirely different to ghouls. You don't gamble it with gold points. You can't do that. You can get certain stuff with CCG, as ghoul, whatever. And you can also, I think you can just get your Quinks as well. I heard the Reaper is now taking half ghouls freaks. Isn't that disgusting? This is how you get your Quinks as a CCG, by the way. It's pretty straightforward, so we're gonna do that. Power is power. Yeah, so now I'm a Quinks. Awesome. Can I eat this? This one from is Ro Ghoul better than Gory to me becoming a Quinks and Gory is kind of crazy. But getting Quinks, if that's what we have to do, isn't hard either. One thing that is kind of hard that I didn't go through is the progression in this game early game was very, very bad. Like, at first you were shivering without clothes, they removed it though. But you know when you didn't have any kind of armor, you were just shivering, which is just really irritating. Um, but they changed that, you know, the game is more bearable. So if you change to like Ginkui, for example, that's how Ginkui looks. Very clean model, okay? I like it. It's like my favorite queen, probably the way it looks, anyways. But you know, it's very cool. But this is where you craft stuff as a CCG. You need to get materials to craft Ixa, and you also need to get the blueprints as well. So you're in for a blast if you guys don't have them. But yeah, boss raids are the best way to do it. Um, but yeah, let's look to Kaneki really quick. I want to see something. Okay, clearly I don't know what I'm doing, so it's probably going to take research for me to understand what I'm doing, so we're not going to do that. That's one thing I dislike about this game. There's too much to do for something so simple. Arata, whatever. And mind you, they released the Arata Joker, right? And I still don't have Arata because, bro, I'm not doing all that. You're telling me I have to gain a certain amount of rep, right? I have to grind rep, and then I have to um, I've got the other steps, I'm not gonna lie to you. But then you have to fight the armor in permadeath. You used to be able to cheese it to not wipe, but if you die, you wipe, bro. So just for normal Arata, you will wipe, you know? That's what I dislike about the game. It's just too much, bro. And if it was just for Arata Joker, I would understand. But for normal Arata, you have to do all that to wipe. Is that some kind of sick joke? But I will say the Arata animation is very cool. Um, I don't have it. I can't show it, but it's very, very cool. I wish it was easier to get. Seems Kakuja. People have obviously gotten Naruto and Kakuja. I'm just saying it could have been easier, you know. But yeah, game overall, I don't know if I've missed anything else that could be somewhat important. You've got the goal point system. You've got the ally system as well. Same as Ro Ghoul, they've got that as well. You've got money to, I guess, buy certain stuff, which doesn't have much great uses, but that's what you can do. Um, and yeah, you can also have skill point stuff. You know, it's pretty standard stuff to be honest. It's pretty standard stuff. But if we talk about combat in both games, I will say, the combat in this game is I don't know. It's like I like both, but I really like the M1ing in combat sometimes. So and the parrying, it's a bit, it adds more tension to the fights, but it is a bit. It takes a lot more effort as well. So but yeah, that sums up the game quality overall. Again, I might have missed out some stuff in this game because to be honest with you, I don't regularly play it no more. It's full enough in my eyes. But anyways, you have this is the latest update that they did. But mind you, this took 2 weeks. Let me show you what I'm talking about. And they've released good updates like armor, the armor weapon, which is basically just Narukami and Ixa. Okay, so here is where I was talking about what they said. No full updates coming out today because we're working on a 2 week update. So basically, this is when they didn't do an update. They skipped a week and did an update in 2 weeks time. And when that happened, they delayed it to tomorrow. And it's just kind of like, yeah, 2 weeks, you delay it to tomorrow. But I'm not judging. Okay, I am not judging because they did give a huge code for the people that care enough to play the update, whatever. So yeah, now this is what developers we have for announcements. I'll just give it a heart, but why not? But anyways, update wise, they update every week, which is it's still a tough thing to do. I'll give it to them. Devs making updates every week. The only issue I have is that there's too many bugs every update. You have the thing where in one update, when they released the armor quink, it wasn't even obtainable, or I think it was the other blueprint. They released it, but it wasn't obtainable till the next day. I don't know why they did that, but I guess anything to push out the update. I think update wise, you guys kind of have it there. They try to be consistent, but it's pretty buggy. They do their best though. We'll give it at that because I don't want to be biased. I don't want to sound like a hater because I'm not. I try to play this game as well, but there's not much to do except getting stuff, risk wiping in permadeath, waste 1,000 Robux, things I don't like doing, you know. So that's that. Now let's talk about, I guess, the last thing, cause this video is gonna be maybe a bit long. I apologize, but let's talk about the community. This is gonna be my favorite part of the video, bro. And I'm not saying this again. I am not trying to be a hater, bro. But yesterday, let's start off with this. Yesterday, I was playing Ro Ghoul on my TikTok live. I was live streaming it, okay? Because I've not played the game consistently in a while. I'm just grinding it for fun and stuff. And I literally have people in my chat saying, Gory is free, play Ro Ghoul. I mean, play Gory, shit like that. I'm even gonna show a little clip of me just getting tired and telling them to just shush, bro, because that's what they were doing, bro. Just telling me to play things I don't care about, bro. But for the last time, I'm not hopping on Gory. But yeah, they were just flaming me for playing Ro Ghoul. Ro Ghoul in a big 25. Like, can we normalize liking a game? I mean, these lot were all speaking. Like, Ro Ghoul isn't on the same play count as Gory. And mind you, we're comparing a 7-year-old game to a game that's released not even that long ago. Alright? A game that was averaging around 10,000 people, even more, 20,000, whatever. Like a lot of people, I'm saying. When I was playing it, there was a lot more people. But it's just falling off, and I really don't mean this in a bad way, but overall it's just that the game is getting boring. The update quality is reducing. The the community. Let's go back to the community, bro. Permadeath being a thing has made this game so toxic. You will see freshies being wiped. You will see a 5v1. You will see the craziest things in this game. It's insanity, honestly. And I won't lie to you, I've played this game on stream and I've gotten jumped. This game just isn't for the weak. This game is not for the weak. You will get jumped, you will get wiped, you will experience just every sort of anger and crashing out in this game. It's pretty annoying. And I don't mean to say that everyone in this game is a total, jackass. I'm just saying the majority of this community will either be toxic. A lot of them will help you if you're playing the game. Uh, it's not. I mean, if you're a content creator, maybe yeah, I guess. But if you're not, you're probably just most experienced getting toxically jumped. But yeah, overall, I have to say, Ro Ghoul is the game I've always enjoyed playing more. I have to say, I've had more fun in Ro Ghoul in like the past day than this game in a month because of just how bad things can get. But yeah, 7 years of playing Ro Ghoul was honestly not a disappointment. And I get at the end I sound very biased to Ro Ghoul. I understand that, and I'm not saying I'm gonna quit this game. Okay, I'm not saying I'm gonna quit the game. I will still make update videos. I will try to push out content if I find something interesting. But it's really the truth that I'm showing before you guys. This game is literally dying. That's what it looks like. How is this game have less players than Ro Ghoul if Gory is better? It doesn't make any sense to me. So yeah, honestly, like the game is gonna have to lock in if and fix some bugs, whatever. It's gonna have to add either better quality of lives, just stuff that makes the game fun, like, and not insanely buggy at times. But yeah, honestly, this is gonna turn into a rant if I don't stop. So is Gory better than Ro Ghoul? Is Ro Ghoul better than Gory? You guys can answer in the comments. I hope my insight has helped a bit for you guys to realize that Ro Ghoul isn't a total trash game, and that Gory isn't the craziest game ever. Okay. But yeah, I'm gonna end the video here. I apologize for any bias stuff, but at the end of the day, I'm not a robot, bro. I will have an opinion. But yeah, man, I hope this has enlightened some of you guys, so you guys can stop telling me shit like, Ro Ghoul in the big 25. Gory is better. Play Gory. Gory is free. You know what else is free, bro? Liking and subscribing, bro. Like and subscribe, baby. Anyways, that's gonna be all, and I'll see you guys next time.